Man, it just don't stop with Turkey Do It. This guy's an absolute tyrant. Oh my God. There's so much I could say. It's so much I could say. You know, there's irony in this. There really is irony in this. You want to know why? Because being that Shakur is, you know, Mr. Twitterson, Turki Alalshikh is killing him via tweet. He killing him via tweet. You know what I'm saying? If anything, he talking Shakur's language and what can motivate him. You know, it's a little bit funny. And at the same time, it's a little bit not. But I already told you how I felt about Shakur. You know, hopefully he learns from this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. But I want to talk about something. And this post inspired this conversation. And it's all on the same page. You know, Antonio Tarver has been saying something for a while now, and I've been listening to him. And he's right. And he's talking about how there's no more trainers no more, just coaches and pad men and stuff like that. And boxers are losing a lot of the fundamentals in boxing, and it's not being taught no more. Antonio Tarver speaks about this all the time. And I had to circle back on him because a lot of this is the result of that very thing that he says. And what I mean by that is it's up to two fighters to make a fight entertaining. You're going to have to accept that. If you're new to this boxing game, if you don't know that, that's how it goes. It takes two fighters to put on an entertaining fight, not just one. The other thing is, if one is being evasive, what happened to the skill of cutting off the ring? Has anybody noticed that skill has almost completely diminished? Oh, that's not the only skill. Fighters can't fight going backwards no more. They're losing the art and not understanding the importance of combination punches and bunches. They're not understanding that anymore. There's so many skills that's suffering. People don't know how to step to the power no more. Hell, I've seen some boxers who didn't even know how to tie up an opponent, and they've been in the game a minute. Don't even know how to tie up an opponent. These guys don't know how to adjust. It's a lot of skills that's fading. It's a lot of skills. And if I might add, one of the main reasons why you see so many people needing to run the PEDs and why you may see a super skilled fighter, but you know what I'm saying, he can't move a pillow. That's because most of these boxers don't strength and condition anymore. If you don't believe me, look what happens when Errol was strength conditioning and look when he stopped. Shakur Stevenson. Let's talk about Shakur Stevenson. Truthfully, Shakur Stevenson should not Zepeda clean out. Zepeda's chin is there for it. But Shakur don't got the power. But if Shakur had the power, he would easily knock Zepeda out. Zepeda's chin is just sitting. He ain't got, his defense ain't all that, and Shakur's too fast. But he ain't got the power. Why these guys got the power? Boxing training is good. But I don't know what turns them off to strength and conditioning, where they think they're gonna slow down and all this other stuff. You know, your body reacts to what you train for. And I don't want to hear about putting on too much muscles and being stiff. That's a myth. Muscle and stiffness is a myth. If you don't stretch or train the proper way, yeah, packing on some muscle can slow you down and make you stiff. But if you build it the right way, it won't. Like I said, everybody say slow, stiff, and all that other stuff. Like I tell people, look at people like Michael Jai White. It's not always a size thing. Look how big and muscular he is left, yet how limber and flexible and fast he is. Hold on. Let me give you another polar opposite of physicality. I brought up Chris Farley recently. If you look at Chris Farley was a fat dude, but he was very athletic and quick and limber. But he's fat. He's supposed to be slow. He ain't supposed to be flexible. He ain't supposed to be none of that. But yet he was big, out of shape and all that other stuff. Yet he was an athletic dude. That defies what they say fat people is supposed to be able to do. So it's what you train for at the end of the day. And a lot of these guys that don't know how to cut off the ring, your ass needs to get blazed for it. Because that's part of boxing, learning how to cut off ring. Just because you don't develop a skill, you want somebody else to downplay a skill to help you out? That don't make no sense. And why do I say this? Because I say this because it's a slippery slope. Because at the end of the day, this is what I would like to reference for Shakur Stevenson. At the end of the day, Sugar Ray Leonard succumbing and bowing down to Roberto Duran's style cost him the fight. When Sugar Ray Leonard figured out what Roberto Duran did to him and how he prepped him to fight the fight that he wanted him to fight, which favored Duran, he came back, and what did Sugar Ray Leonard do? He fought his kind of fight, in which today, if you viewed it, we would call that Tom and Jerry. That second fight where Roberto quit, that's now called Tom and Jerry. So now do you see the big fucking problem? Yeah, we would call Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard, the rematch, a Tom and Jerry. When he fights in his strength, when he was fighting to entertain, fighting to prove something, fighting to match manhood, he lost. And he realized that all that stuff about him antagonizing him talking about his wife and all that stuff was to get him to fight out of character. So Shakur, what do you think they trying to do with you? It's a leg up I shouldn't even be giving a kid. Because you gonna have to learn about selling out, buddy. You sold boxing out and you sold your fan base out for 2 white fighters. Sold Devin Haney out for Lomachenko. You sold Ali out for Tyson Fury. Now these are the same people that's telling you go chicken run. So this is what I have to say to people like that. In the end, what did that ass kissing get you? Did it get you anywhere? It didn't get you nowhere, did it? It just left you without a cover and without people who truly want to speak up for you. Understanding the racial politics of boxing is monumental. Why do you think now? Why is it now that more people understand me and vibe with me now? The climate of boxing had to change so you guys could see what it really was, because I already see what it was. It shouldn't have took Ryan Garcia saying what he said and Teofimo Lopez for us to get here. Now when people double back on me and say, Bruce, you always said you can't have an honest talk about boxing unless you inquire race and bring up the race element. I thought you were just this, that, the third. No, because I'm trying to judge the sport fairly, and yet I'm not relating to these people, and I'm not understand. You know what I'm saying? I just can't understand, like, where am I missing? Then once I took into consideration the racial element, everything people were saying and doing, and who was this and who was that, who was pound for pound, who wasn't pound for pound, who was a coward and who was a runner, all of it made sense.